5 players who could dominate women's football this season. Women's football is entering a completely different era. The competition is getting stronger. The biggest clubs are spending more. Young players are becoming superstars. And some of the names we're about to talk about could completely dominate the 2026 to 27 season. Barcelona are entering a new chapter. Arsenal have strengthened their squad. Lyon are still one of Europe's biggest forces. Bayern Munich are ready to defend their position at the top of Germany. And across Europe, a new generation of players is ready to take over. So today, we're looking at 5 players who could dominate women's football this season. Some of these names are already established stars. Others are still waiting for their breakout moment, but by the end of this season, we could be talking about them very differently. Let's get started. Number 5, Olivia Smith. Let's begin with someone who could become one of the biggest stars in England. Olivia Smith. The Canadian forward is only 22 years old, but she's already making a serious name for herself. And her rise has been incredibly fast. Smith moved from Liverpool to Arsenal in 2025 in a then record WSL transfer worth around £1 million. And instead of struggling under the pressure of that price tag, she delivered. During her first season with Arsenal, Smith scored 5 WSL goals and became an important attacking option for the Gunners. But here's what makes her particularly exciting. She's not just a goal scorer, she's explosive. She's technically gifted, she's aggressive when attacking defenders, and she has the ability to create something from nothing. Her performances were enough to earn her another PFA Women's Young Player of the Year award, making it back-to-back wins after she also claimed the award during her time at Liverpool. That's a huge statement, and now she's entering another season with Arsenal. This time, the expectations are even higher. Arsenal have made major changes to their squad, and Smith could have an even bigger role in their attack. Imagine what happens if she turns those flashes of brilliance into consistent performances. More goals, more assists, more big moments. If that happens, Olivia Smith could go from young star to global superstar this season. And remember this name, because I have a feeling we're going to hear it a lot. Number 4, Lily Johannes. Now, let's talk about one of the most exciting young midfielders in women's football, Lily Yohannes. At just 19 years old, she's already playing at the highest level. And what's crazy is that she's not simply being used as a young player who needs time to develop. She's already making an impact in huge matches. Johannes is now playing for Lyon, one of the biggest clubs in European women's football. And last season, she showed exactly why Lyon believe in her. In the Champions League quarterfinal against Wolfsburg, Johannes scored the opening goal as Lyon came back to win 4-0 after extra time and qualify for the semi-finals. Think about that. A teenager, Champions League knockout football, massive pressure, and she steps up. That's not normal. Johannes has the technical ability to play between the lines. She can receive the ball under pressure, she can turn, she can carry the ball forward, and she's not afraid to take responsibility. But what excites me most is that she's still developing. She's nowhere near her ceiling, and that's why 2026 to 27 could be the season where she takes another massive step. Lyon already have experienced stars around her. That gives Johannes the perfect environment to develop while also competing for major trophies. If she can become more consistent in front of goal and continue improving her decision making, we could be looking at one of the future faces of women's football. Don't be surprised if Lily Johannes becomes one of the biggest stories of this season. Number 3, Clara Bühl. Now let's move to Germany, and this one is very interesting. Clara Bühl. The Bayern Munich forward is already an established German international, but I believe this season could be the year she reaches another level. Why? Because she's entering the season with serious momentum. In August 2026, Bayern Munich faced Wolfsburg in the Women's Super Cup, and Bühl absolutely exploded. She scored 2 goals and also provided an assist as Bayern won 3-0 and lifted the trophy. That's the perfect way to start a new campaign. But Bühl's game isn't only about scoring. She's incredibly dangerous because she can attack from different areas, she can play wide, she can cut inside, she can create chances, and she's capable of finishing with either foot. Bayern themselves have highlighted her creativity, work rate, finishing, and ability to find solutions in difficult situations. And that's exactly what makes her so difficult to defend. You can't simply show her onto one side, you can't give her too much space, because she can hurt you in multiple ways, and Bayern are going to need that, because if they want to compete with Europe's biggest clubs in the Champions League, Bühl will have to be one of their difference makers. If she carries her Super Cup form into the Bundesliga and Europe, we could be talking about Clara Bühl as one of the best attackers in women's football by the end of the season. Number 2, Patri Guijarro. Now we arrive at one of the biggest names in Barcelona, Patri Guijarro, and this season is different for her because she's no longer just one of Barcelona's leaders. She's now the captain. After Alexia Putela's departure, Patri has taken on an even bigger leadership role. And honestly, I think this could be the season where the entire world finally gives her the recognition she deserves. For years, Patri has been one of the most complete midfielders in women's football. She can defend, she can control the tempo, she can break lines, she can score, she can assist, and she understands Barcelona's football better than almost anyone. But now Barcelona are going through a transition. Several important players have left, new players have arrived, the team is evolving, and that means Patri's role becomes even more important. She has to be the player who connects everything, and we've already seen signs of that during preseason. Against Brighton in the Joan Gamper Trophy, Patri controlled the midfield and even provided assists, including one for Claudia Pina. That's exactly what Barcelona will need from her. Leadership, consistency, personality, and big performances. If Patri can combine her usual midfield dominance with more goals and assists, she could have the best individual season of her career. And if Barcelona win major trophies during this transition, don't be surprised if people start talking about Patri Guijarro very differently, because now she's the captain. Number 1, Claudia Pina. And this is where I might surprise some people. My number 1 player who could dominate women's football this season is Claudia Pina. Yes, Claudia Pina. And here's why. We've already seen what she can do. But I believe we're about to see an even more important version of her. Pina has always had incredible technical ability. Her finishing is excellent. Her movement is intelligent. She's dangerous around the box. And she has that natural instinct that every great attacking player needs. But the biggest difference now is opportunity. Barcelona are entering a new era. There are more responsibilities for the next generation, and Pina could become one of the players who benefits the most from that transition. Look at what happened during Barcelona's preseason victory against Montpellier. Barcelona won 3-1 and Pina scored the second goal after moving into a deeper attacking position. She was one of the standout players in the match, and that's important because Pina isn't simply waiting for chances anymore, she's creating them. She's becoming more versatile, she's learning how to influence games from different positions, and when you combine that with her finishing ability, you have a very dangerous player. There's also something else. Pina knows Barcelona, she knows the system, she knows the expectations, and she understands what it means to play for this club. Now imagine her becoming one of Barcelona's main attacking stars during this new era. More goals, more assists, more minutes, more responsibility. If all of that happens, Claudia Pina could have a huge season. And that's why I'm putting her at number 1. But let's be honest, there are so many players who could dominate this season. Alessia Russo could have another massive year with Arsenal. Mariona Caldente remains one of the most intelligent attackers in Europe. Caroline Graham-Hansen is still one of the most dangerous wingers in the world. Khadija Bunny Shaw is coming off another incredible season and won the PFA Women's Player of the Year after scoring 21 WSL goals. And we cannot forget the next generation. Players like Vicky Lopez, Esme Brooks, Jewel Brand, and many others could surprise everyone. That's what makes this season so exciting. There are stars everywhere. Who will dominate? So here is my final 5. Number 5, Olivia Smith, the Canadian superstar ready to explode at Arsenal. Number 4, Lily Yohannes, the teenage midfielder who could become one of Lyon's biggest weapons. Number 3, Clara Bühl, the Bayern attacker who has already started the season with a statement. Number 2, Patri Guijarro, the new Barcelona captain ready to lead a new era. And finally, number 1, Claudia Pina, the Barcelona star who could take her game to another level this season. But now, I want your opinion. Who did I get right? Who did I get wrong? And most importantly, who do you think will dominate women's football this season? Is it Claudia Pina, Patri Guijarro, Clara Bule, Lily Yohannes, Olivia Smith, or is there another player I completely forgot? Drop your top 5 in the comments. And if you love women's football, subscribe to the channel because this season is going to be absolutely crazy. More transfers, more goals, more rivalries, more Champions League drama, and more future superstars. I'll see you in the next video.